Welcome back to Heartland Arms. I'm Michael, and we're going to have a show today. We're going to cover some good topics, right? Now, I was sitting here, and of course, I kind of have my key points that I have on my laptop right in front of me. And as I was pulling all this, the show up, Mikey, who's sitting next to me here.
Yeah.
You can scoot on over here.
Yeah, let's
come on over. So he was telling me this story. He finally understands a phrase that I've probably said a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
To be or not to be.
Ah, okay, what does it mean?
It means to be alive or not to be alive.
Yes.
So we finally started reading Hamlet.
Wow, and you're a senior.
I'm a senior.
Come on, people. Are you serious?
They actually told me you'll read Hamlet when you're a senior.
Okay.
I'm like...
I guess because of the topics, I could see that.
I could see it, yeah.
Okay.
I just thought that was cool, because the name
And there's also Schrodinger's cat. Do you understand that yet?
I don't think I do.
Okay. It's about a cat that you put in a box with poison.
Okay.
So until you look in the box, that cat is both alive and dead.
Oh.
It is to be or not to be both.
That's cool.
Right.
That's actually cool.
So
I just saw the name of the show and that reminded me of that.
All right.
I thought that was cool.
That is cool. So, and before I'm gonna give you the name of the show, to carry or not to carry. Well, I guess that is the question, isn't it? And before you get the answer, make sure you like, subscribe, follow on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media posts that we go through. Rumble, TikTok, X, yep. YouTube, Spotify, we're all over the place. And it's really hard to get this content out. So if you go, sometimes I see you with dummy guns. Why don't you have a real gun? I hate to say it, but the algorithms don't like it when I do that. They get mad at us and they try to unsubscribe people, or they try to, ban us, and they try to do stuff. And I'm just trying to educate people. I'm not trying to cause any harm. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's educated. So in that, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow to us. So, to carry or not to carry. Now this is there are some people out there who say, well, it's your God-given right in this country to carry a gun, so albeit I'll carry it with me everywhere I go till the day I die. Okay. You do you, boo. That's good. I'm glad I support you. Let's go with it. There are some people say, well, I don't like to carry a gun. I don't like it. It's just going to make the situation worse. Don't carry a gun. Don't have to. Free country. It's what we have here. Which means if you don't want to carry a gun, you have that right. If you want to carry a gun, you have that right. And there's open carry. I get that. And we talked a little bit about it. And I'm okay with it, but I think you got to understand that you're going to cause yourself to be a target. I prefer the Schrodinger's cat method of, am I carrying? I am carrying, and I'm not carrying. You don't know yet. Do you really want to do something to find out that answer? That's the biggest question. And I would recommend no. I don't ever want to do that and realize, which is, I don't want to pass that dark colored SUV going 90 down the freeway and go, oh crap, that's a cop. Damn it. I'm screwed. So sometimes it's best to do the right thing, do it legally. Don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So, remember that anytime that you're going to strap up, anytime you decide that you're going to leave that house and you're going to carry. Okay? Understand that it's also a mindset. Okay? Your mind has to be right before you make that choice. Okay? Also, you got to understand that make sure that you're trained with what you're taking out there. Don't, I got a new gun, never shot it, never went through it, but it's my new gun, I'm going to throw it on my hip and I'm going to go out there. Bad idea. It's not tested, it's not true, you don't know if anything's wrong. That could possibly get you in a bad situation. So don't do it. So make sure you're trained, you know what you're doing. Make sure you're comfortable carrying that before you even do. And make sure that you're right upstairs before you do that. And that doesn't mean if I'm having a bad day, maybe I don't want to carry. Yeah, you know what? My kid made me angry. Okay? I'm all hot. I didn't get to go hunting like I wanted to do because my wife wanted to go to some stupid craft fair. I like craft fairs, just saying. But made me do all this stuff. I'm full of piss and vinegar. Probably not a good idea to carry a gun. Okay? So that's why I kind of wanted to cover this. Is there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't. And just so you know, that's where the
CO2 goes.
The CO2 goes in. Yep, there you go. So I just want to do it, show you I'm not just flailing around a real gun here. It's not loaded. It doesn't even have the CO2 cartridge in there. I just use it for practice training and things like that. But anytime you are deciding that you want to carry out in public, there's a lot of factors that go through there. Okay? I'm not a fan of, well, I'm going to go out, I'm going to carry this firearm, but I'm going to these few stores that have this big sign that says, rob me because we don't like people carrying a firearm, even if it's concealed and they're doing their constitutionally protected act. We're a private business and we don't allow that. And that's fine. That's acceptable. Keep in mind that people have a choice to shop there or not too. And you may lose potential business for that. Just keep that in mind. Just my 2 cents. If I know that I'm going to go through 3 or 4 stores and then I'm going to meet my buddy at the bar after I'm done, to carry or not to carry, that's a not carry situation. I'm not even sure I want to leave that in my car, or even if I have a locked container in my car and I'll lock it up. No. Just like water and metal and firearms don't mix, alcohol's a lot of water, pretty liquidy. Doesn't mix either. Doesn't mix up here either. So keep that in mind. If I'm going to do that, no, I'm not going to carry. If I'm going to be out and I know most of the stores don't really care, I might carry. If I end up going to one of those stores that has that big, no firearms allowed, please rob us if you'd like signs, then I could leave it in the car and I could go from there. And this is where you also want to check with state laws where you're going through. There's a lot of laws that, gun-free zone, if you go through those, well, if you're in your car, does it really apply? That's where you need to check the laws, okay? So here in Nebraska, if I go to work and my work says, you can't have a firearm on our property. Okay, that means I can't take it in the building. There's specific laws in Nebraska that say, if you go to one of these stores that have we have signage laws. So you can't, if they have a sign that says no firearms, then you can't take your firearm in there. Okay? And they could even ask you to leave, and you could lose your permit. Well, we're a Constitution carry state, but there you could get, there's crimes that can go from there too, because you're not abiding by state law. I'm not going to get into that because I might not 100% agree with all that stuff. But on the easy note here, I could leave it in my car. And, well, here's the thing. Could my employer fire me if they found out I did that? Probably. Especially if it's a right to work state. Hey, we have a policy, it's not allowed on grounds. That means they can't criminally do anything to you. They can't call the police and have you arrested. Okay? Yep, he has a gun in his car. Arrest him. No, there's statutes that says that's allowed. If that's against your policy, that's fine. If you want a firearm or do repercussions for work, that's fine. Because private businesses don't have to protect your right to free speech, and they don't have to protect your right, to carry your Second Amendment right. Understand that if you come to my house, if I know you, and I know you're pretty good with a firearm, and you're a buddy of mine, and we're going shooting, yeah. If you're some person I don't know, and you're coming up, no, I don't. You're not going to carry in my house. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your intent is. That's not going to happen. And it all comes on to, if I have a guy coming, hey, I'm going to do construction in your house. You're going to get this done, or I need to do work here, or you're doing a bathroom remodel. Okay. I will tell you, it would be nice if that plumber comes up and you talk to him, and hopefully he's a reasonable guy, and say, hey, and he goes, just so you know, I carry a gun in my tool bag because, you never know in this day and age. And he comes to me and I'm like, yeah, if they're in your position, I would too. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. Now, if I get that bad vibe and I'm not very comfortable with it, yeah, maybe but you're entering my private property, okay? Private property is different. Public is public, private is private. Keep that in, to be in public or not to be in public. So keep in mind, the First and Second Amendments, and we covered this, they protect you from prosecution and government. The governments don't give you that right. It's not like they say, okay, you have these rights and they're yours. We covered that. That's their rules to say, don't do this to the people. You come on private property. If someone comes on my private property and says, screw you, I don't like you, you're ugly, whatever, I can say, okay, yeah, you need to leave. And they have to leave. They can't stand there and say, well, I have the right to free speech. You do. And I have the right to ask you to leave my property. Bye. That includes my car. Driving Uber. You come in. I don't like that. I don't like your hat. I don't like this. I don't like your politics. You have a sticker that I didn't like. Okay, get out. No, I ordered the Uber. No. Then, get out. This is my property. Get out. I have the right to do this. I can travel freely. Yes. You have two legs. Travel your ass out of my car. It's what you do. Sorry, I'm kind of full of piss and vinegar today. I don't know what's going on. It's a subject that just kind of, you have to have that mindset, okay? When you're carrying, it's just, you have to have that right mindset. If you're going on, if you're going around and you're just driving around your car, yeah, you're fine. But not every situation, I would say, warrants being able to carry a firearm. If I'm going to court and I know I'm going to go downtown, I'm going to be in and out federal buildings and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to carry, okay? It's situational awareness. It's just pay attention to what you're doing, and public is different than private. Okay? So always keep that in mind. If you haven't seen those episodes, go watch those. We cover the First and Second Amendment in quite a few of those. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough still. Just keep in mind your daily habits. Keep in mind what you do. Are you going to have distractions? Are you going to be carrying heavy things? Are you going to be moving furniture? You know, and then think, do I want that right there when my hands are full if someone comes up behind me? Or I'm carrying this, you got to understand that. You got to take where you're at, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then does this fit in? Yes or no? And if it doesn't, that's fine. Leave it at home. If it doesn't fit here, but it kind of fits in the other stuff, I'm going to go. So I'm going to leave it. Or I'm going to leave it in my car for that period of time. Check out our safe storage. We cover, different ways to, carry firearms, and there are boxes and stuff for carrying out and locking in your car. So keep that in mind too. So if I decide to carry or not to carry, that is a responsibility and a choice that I need to make. And you always have to make the correct one. Education, situational awareness, practice should always come first in that situation. So if you are going to carry and it's an iffy situation, make sure you've practiced in some of those situations. So take it what it is. Carry, not to carry. You have that right. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow on all our social medias, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, everywhere that we're at. Hope you enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time.